Well, Anthony Graber broke the law in March. He did a wheelie and was speeding down a Maryland interstate. But here's where he got into big trouble. Graber pulled out his phone and started recording the traffic stop. You know something? That's a violation of wiretap laws. I didn't know that. 12 states forbid recording video without the subject's consent, and a handful of those states have made it a felony to record a police officer without their approval. Joining us now, nationally syndicated radio host Spencer Hughes. Spencer, how are you?
Doing great. How are you, Fred?
Fine. I don't get that at all. I mean, that opens up a whole can of worms. Any time in certain states where there is something going on and someone has a video camera and records it, usually that's used in court. It's broadcast on television. It's used against the defendant. But now we're being told that in some states, that's a felony and you can't do it.
16 years in prison? You got to be kidding me, Fred. We don't even keep child molesters in jail that long. We'd be so lucky. I'm one of those that's usually on the side of the cops, probably 90, 95, 99% of the time. But on this one, I don't see the problem. I'm starting to think that I'm finding myself agreeing, Fred, with the ACLU, which I don't always do. But if the police aren't doing anything questionable, if they're not doing anything wrong, if they're doing everything by the book, why do they get so agitated when they see somebody holding up a camera? I mean, there's a story in there in the article of a guy getting tackled. I mean, the guy got tackled by several police officers, not because he was a physical threat, but because he had a cell phone camera in his hand. It's ridiculous.
Well, and really, so in some states, if you go back to the Rodney King incident here in Los Angeles, in some states, that by recording that, you're going to prison. That can't be used. I don't get it.
I was thinking of the same thing. And then closer to my neck of the woods, BART police officer shot a guy. He was just found guilty of manslaughter, and it was photographed not on professional cameras, not by police cameras, but by somebody on the BART train with a cell phone camera. If it wasn't for that footage, they wouldn't have had any footage at all of the incident.
I don't get it. All right, we've got about a minute left. Every 4 years, voters complain about the Electoral College. There might be an answer. It's called the National Popular Vote, based right here in California. 5 states have actually passed legislation that would skip the Electoral College and simply give their votes to the candidate who wins the popular vote. California may soon join in the fun. Everybody says the Electoral College is outdated. Is that the answer?
I don't agree that it's outdated. I think our founders were far wiser than a lot of the people running the show today, and they set up the Electoral College, as complicated as that is, for a reason. And to dissolve that, I mean, it involves a constitutional change to the very framework of our country. And I really think if the election in 2000, Fred, had ended up differently, a lot of people wouldn't be pushing for this. I think it's a bad idea all around, and a lot of people aren't going to have their voices heard.
Yeah. All right. Well, Spencer, good job. We're out of time. Really appreciate it. I'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks a lot, Fred. Looking forward to it.